just like that. Obi puts it in. 1, 2, 3. He makes it quick and easy.
Fantastic goal, really it was. Managed to slide through. Oh, he's got a man through a goal here. It's a stunning goal from Obi.
Hey fellas, how's everyone doing? And welcome to a full guide where you will find everything you need in order to improve your defense. Lately, I've been doing so many attacking and skill moves tutorials, but I neglected this aspect of the game, and video by video I was reading so many questions about how to properly defend in FIFA 15. You might be surprised, but most of the information was already on the channel, but I took the decision of gathering all the possible information and covering all the possible defensive scenarios. In this video, we're gonna talk about the best defensive techniques, including the second man press, the jockey movement, the standing tackle, the sliding tackle, and how to stop pace abusers. Before we start, remember to drop a like if you enjoy this type of videos and if you wanna see them coming more often on the channel. Starting with the basics. To use the second man press, you need to hold RB on your Xbox or R1 on your PlayStation controller. This will make your teammate press the opponent's player that has possession of the ball, and you will be free to control your player and close down spaces or double press the opponent that has the ball. Let's start with the first example. I see that there is an open space on the wing, so I decide to use my second man press to block the player that has possession of the ball. Thus I am able to control my player and move him a bit towards the wing in order to close down the angle. Once my opponent goes on the wing, I keep switching between second man press and pressing manually with the player that I control until ultimately he loses possession of the ball. In the second example, I am seeing that Ronaldo is open in the middle of the field and I decide to retreat with the player that I control and use the second man press because I don't want my opponent to have free space and advance. This proving very effective, and he actually loses the ball to my second player. Another great area on the field where you want to use the second man press is in front of your penalty area. The trick here is to use the player that you control to close down gaps in your defense or to try and intercept the ball. In the same time, use the second man press so your opponent doesn't have room to advance or to shoot the ball. Overall, this is one of my favorite techniques to defend in FIFA 15. Besides that, it's very effective, and that's exactly what you want to add to your game. In order to perform this move, you will need to press L2 on your PlayStation or LT on your Xbox controller. I made sure to put all the controls in the bottom of the page so you can understand better. What does this jockey movement do? Well, your player takes a new stand, which will help him to be more aggressive and get the ball faster and more efficient from the opponent. This move will increase the efficiency of both your standing and sliding tackles. It will work amazing, especially when it is combined with the standing tackle. What you need to do is to use the jockey movement and stay at approximately 2 meters away from your opponent, and after this press the standing tackle button to take the ball. This kind of defending technique is risk-free when you do it at a distance of more than 25 meters away from your goal. In case you haven't mastered yet this combo, I advise you to use only the jockey and just try to keep the 2 meters distance from the striker. This way, in the moment that he will make a wrong move, you will get the ball without ever risking and making a tackle. That could mean a dangerous free kick or a penalty in case you missed it. The standing tackle technique is efficient also while running. Let's say you have anticipated where your opponent will go, so you are running towards that area. Once you are again 2-3 meters away, do a standing tackle and possession of the ball will be yours. The sliding tackle is particularly efficient. When your opponent is running and making a standing tackle is not enough to reach the ball. Sliding tackles are extremely good this year, so do not hesitate to use them. They are a great weapon in defending, as you can already see in these examples. Now that we have spoken about these 3 very important aspects in defense, it's time that we address a very big problem this year: stopping the players that abuse running with the ball. We have two different ways of doing that, but all of these ways have one thing in common: anticipation, thinking 2 steps ahead. This is the secret, as you will see in the following moments. The first and best way is to anticipate your opponent's direction and just run with your player and intersect with the striker. If you would want to take the ball immediately and run besides Ronaldo with your player, your chances would be very low because of the big difference of speed between Ronaldo and your defender. But by applying this method, you will just cut his way and get the ball. You can use a standing or a sliding tackle. Both will work fine if you are in the correct position with your defender, as I explained at the beginning of the video. Another great way of defending in these situations is to close down the angle for your opponent by retreating with your defender and covering the ground as shown in these examples. In this situation, he will be forced to change his direction and eventually he will lose the ball. Remember that anticipation and patience are the key to stop runners. You need to think 2 steps ahead and stop trying to get the ball immediately. That's how you leave gaps in your defense. When you see a player that is abusing sprint, just retreat a bit with your player and try to see the direction where your opponent is going and then close him down. This was all for today, fellas. If I've missed anything, please feel free to let me know by dropping a comment below. And as always, I'll answer everyone as soon as possible. Can we smash 2000 likes for this cool defensive guide? Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. My name is Ovi, and remember, dare to be yourself.